G'day guys, Aussie Brickmaster here with my first review video. Today I will be reviewing the LEGO Technic Dom's Dodge Charger from the Fast and Furious series. I hope you enjoy the video and let's get into it. Before we dive into any smaller details, I'd just like to take a look at the car as a whole. It has a really nice smooth finish thanks to the way that all the pieces line up really nicely. The only part that isn't really smooth and flush with the rest of the car is the side of the hood, or the bonnet is what we call it in Australia. Doesn't really line up with the rest of the car, but I feel like LEGO did the best they could with the parts at their disposal, so I think we can let that one slide. There are four main moving parts, so they are the two doors, the boot and the bonnet, or the trunk and the hood, depending on where you're from. So they're the four main moving parts. There are a few small ones, which I'll get into in a bit. Getting into some smaller details, there are two main play features in the set, which make it a lot more enjoyable. So the first, if you open up the hood, you can see the engine design and things like that, but what you don't realise at first is that if you move the car, the engine moves as well. So then on the front we've got some detail for the belt on the front of the supercharger, and then we've got some pistons moving in there as well. So I really love that play feature. It's quite complex in the way that they've designed it. It actually works on a gear system that flows right through the body of the car to the back wheels, and then that's controlled by the back wheels. So when they have contact and they're moving together as one, the engine moves with it. And then the second play feature is this gear on the back, which looks harmless at first, looks like it doesn't do anything. Then you turn it and the front wheels turn with it. So that's how you control the direction that you want your car to go in, or if you're just posing it or something, makes it look really cool. So yeah, I think both of those play features add a lot to the set. Another really exciting part of the set is the little Easter egg that they've left for us in the right-hand side. So if you open up the door, there is a brick-built nitrous tank in there, which is a direct reference to the drag races that they had in the first few Fast and Furious films, when they had the nitrous tanks on the seats next to them, which then were synced with these two nitrous tanks in the trunk to boost the car. See those two stickers there are the designs for the boosters. So I absolutely love that little reference. I think it was fantastic that LEGO included it in there. Still on the cab detail, there wasn't really much detail for a passenger seat in this car, but I think that they did really well just to include the nitrous tank, considering how many parts are in there holding everything together. And then another thing that they did really well was in the driver's hand side, they included a driver's seat and steering wheel. So I think they did really well to just include those, considering how many parts are in there. So yeah, I think they did really well in the design of that, and I really enjoyed it. Now for some smaller details. The set comes with 12 stickers, 4 of which are 2 of each of the front and rear reflectors, so one of those on each side. There is a sticker here to detail a fuel cap. 3 of the other stickers are logos on the nitrous tanks. There are 3 stickers on the back bumper, so there's 2 here and here to detail the boosters that connect to the blue tanks in the trunk, and the middle one is Dom's number plate, so that's just on a 2x4 white flat tile. The last sticker is detail for the front bumper. In there you can see the Charger logo and then the very faint lines for the vent on the front of the car. So the details add quite a bit of extra value to the set, and I think given how many there aren't, they've done really well just to include subtle little details in there. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. being that it's a Lego Technic set, you don't see many system bricks usually, but as for this set, there are some details using system bricks on the front and rear bumpers, so that's just some grey tiles and SNOT bricks and things like that. And then in there you've got some transparent pieces to highlight the headlights and the hazard lights. This front one is a bit flimsy, but I think Lego did the best with what they could, and it still highlights it really nicely. I don't think they could have done any better there. On the back, there's some detail for the rear bumper with just the flat tiles, and then you've got the flat tile for the number plate. In a bit further, there's a little bit more detail, just to hold in the brake lights and things like that in there. So yeah, not many system bricks, but just enough for the right amount of detail. And finally, as if Lego hadn't done well enough on this set, they decided to go a step further and include somewhat of a display stand. So you can just prop the car up on an angle there, and you can use it for posing, or if you wanted to create a diorama scene where you built a custom Dom figure and had him under there with a wrench or something, just to set the scene, So yeah, I really enjoyed that inclusion. That's how I displayed on my own shelf. So yeah, I think they did really well with that. This set comes in at about 180 Australian dollars. With 1,077 pieces, that makes the price to part ratio about 17 cents per piece. A little bit higher than the average price to part ratio, but I think we can get past that, being that it is such a fantastic set. If you're not from Australia, you'll find your international prices in the top right corner of the screen. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment if you have any feedback for me at all, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.